Welcome back to the show. I'm so pleased to see you. This week on the show, I'm talking about you. That's right, I'm talking about you. I want to talk to you about you and what's wrong with you. I think you know. I think it's clear. I think you know what's missing. I can give it to you. I'd really like to. Oh, please let me give you what's missing in your life, in your mind, in your head. Come on. I'd really like to. Won't you let me? Let me in. 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 Now! Don't keep me out. Don't keep me out. Don't keep me out. Let me in right now. Let me in. Here I come. Please let me in. Let me in. It's different than I think. It keeps coming back, and slowly I get used to it. Each time it's a little different. Makes me mad. Let me in. Please let me in. Won't you let me in? Didn't seem necessary, but you never know. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thanks. You know, the thing about being here tonight is thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming, everybody. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. No, seriously, enough. That's great, guys. That's great. Shut up. You know, the thing about being a weirdo is that you don't have to deal with those awful normal people. Yeah, it's so sad that they're normal. And you and I together, we can stamp out normality in our lifetime. That's right. You and me together can stamp out normality in our lifetime. We can. But you know, the thing about those normal people, you know, is that they just don't understand all those complicated things that happen to us weirdos. You know, like when I told her she wasn't really a plastic thing, and yes, she started coming apart at the seams. I didn't even know what to tell her. So I looked at her and I said, "You're a vagina!" She didn't even know what I meant. So I told her, "That's not the kind of thing to do on your first date. Don't take your clothes off now." I didn't understand, but you know, the problem with not understanding the people that you're dating is that they sometimes they take their clothes off when you don't expect it. It's really not that bad if you're not prepared for it, but I always am. Thank you. Yes. Why does it have to do that to me? You know, I don't understand. Thank you. That's right. That's not at all what I intended to come out. No, I don't think so. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Jesus?
No, Jesus is not here right now.
Jesus?
He's not home.
Hello?
He's not here.
Yeah, this is Miriam Simpsky. I'm calling her on Jimmy Beggs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, doo-doo-boo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
You want to say that?
The man is jumping the roof.
I don't think that's I don't know. Is that really the truth?
So the other day I saw Jimmy Poopa.
Jimmy Poopa!
Oh. And then I jumped around in a circle.
Why would you do that?
Worshipping Judas.
Oh.
And then I shook him by the fucking neck in his mouth.
That's right, you tell them.
You don't want to fuck with me.
No.
Hello.
Oh, that's nice. It doesn't mean I don't know what to tell you. Why would you think that? You people are crazy out there. It doesn't matter all this about you. It's what you think. Don't you know? Don't you know what you think about yourself? I keep trying to tell you when you trying to figure it out, then I understand it's not. You didn't matter when I told you. It's important, don't you think? That's what I said. You're not listening. You're not even trying to listen to me. You don't even know what I'm talking about when I tell you you're not there. You're just open-minded and closed-minded, open-minded and closed-minded all at once. It doesn't even thrill me the way I used to. It's so abstract. It's just another form of entertainment. I don't even understand why. It's not important, but you make it important when I told you the end. It's only so thick. It's only so thick. It's thin. And then it's empty again. And I didn't want you to do it. Why did you do it? It wasn't. I didn't know why.
The circuit.
Finally, I got my own computer. I was so psyched to explore a whole new world. I just don't feel normal. My friends are nice, but they just don't get me.
I feel like such a weirdo!
Where do you go to be understood? I found this online show. I can call in. I can express myself. Be on TV. Weirdos TV. Weirdos.com. Sometimes a stranger can be your best friend.
All right, we're trying to catch him. Trying to catch him on the... It's not so easy. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. It's not so easy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, you're there. Okay, finally. Okay, we got you on the... You're live on the air.
I'm in the air. So I don't know what to talk about anymore. I'm running out of material.
You're running out of material. Seems to me you were just getting started.
I was bugging out, dude. It was all these years of drugs and bad experience, Jeremy, you know?
Yes,
Hey,
but...
that's right. You know, they built the hardware store and all these people like trash my neighborhood.
I know. Why did you let them do that?
Dude, it was like out of control, man. It was out of control.
I thought you would...
I tell you, Jeremy, it was...
I thought you would protect us. Which one?
And nobody talks to me there. They totally treat me like shit. So this guy comes up to me, and he's like one of the principals in this student production. He says, "Oh, hi, John Gilly," which is like, you know,
somebody actually spoke to you.
Like fucking scum of the earth.
Yes.
So I said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" So he said, "I'm in Don Peyote." You know.
And who was he in Don Peyote?
Yeah. So I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Hernandez."
Hernandez? Was he in my scene?
Like an extra, like one of those like one to 5 line things.
I played a mental patient.
No, I know.
We implanted devices in several of them, and we now control them. I was wondering
I know.
if he was one of the people that
you on. So we went over Critzel's house.
Yes.
And I looked up Don Peyote, and I seen you. You were mental patient X in Don Peyote.
Yes.
And we were watching you on this thing where you were singing a song, doing some kind of avant-garde video.
Video song? What song was I singing?
I don't remember. It was like a couple of years ago. He pulled it up, but I said, "Oh, that's Jeremy Halpern," and I was watching. I'm still a big fan of you.
Well, that's why you're on the show.
You know, I was like, that's Jeremy Halpern.
I had to have you on the show immediately, and here you are on the show.
So that's how I found out about you.
But
I saw Marion. You know, my grandfather was in the entertainment industry.
Really? In what way?
His name was David Belenfante.
David Belenfante.
He was in a theater group that used to go from town to town.
A traveling troupe?
Troops, you know, like, remember, like...
Yeah, like traveling players.
Right. and they stopped in Ridgewood, which was all Germans back then. We were like, oh, man.
In New Jersey?
In the old days. And they said, if you marry this woman, you're out of the theater. You know, if you marry this cunt, you know, like...
Nice.
He married my grandmother, and they fired him from the theater.
You married your grandmother?
Right. And his name was David Belafonte, and he never got a job, and it was all Germans. It was like really nasty scene. And he died of a brain hemorrhage.
From marrying your grandmother?
They buried him in the veterans cemetery because he didn't have any money. But he never. They said you'll never get a job again if you leave and marry this woman.
But why? What was the big penalty? I don't understand the problem.
Because back then it was in the 1920s.
Oh.
It was before this whole academic thing, and you know how people just show up to the theater like me.
Yes.
I don't know. You know, like there was like very little academics in the theater back then. You know, like NYU or theater programs. And when a person left the theater, it was like there was nobody to replace that performer for a long period of time.
So it was just shortage of labor is the point.
No, it's like once you left, in other words, there was like 10 players, and if you left, now they don't have anyone to fill that place.
But why didn't they call me? I could have filled that place.
You could have, but they didn't. But he died of a brain hemorrhage. His name was David Belafonte, and he was friends with like Rodgers and Hammerstein.
That's a good connection to have.
I still have his headshots and all that stuff. Like my mother started to get in the union, but we all left, and I never really got into the theater until I met you guys, really.
But getting into the theater is easy. It's getting out of the theater that's difficult.
Getting out of the theater.
Yes, and getting the theater out of you is the hardest part of all. I can see you're infected.
Yeah, man, I'm totally. I love it, man.
What are you gonna do about that? Don't you think you might want to take some medicine or something?
Yeah, I've done that, man. Been there, done that, Jeremy. The medication.
Well, you need to deal with this theater problem in some way.
Because now, like parts of the avant-garde and that period is like over, I think, you know. And then like Williamsburg is all like condominium now. I don't know if there's any artists there anymore. And
Yes, I agree. I don't think Williamsburg is necessarily the place where the edge is, but that's why I just took my edge online. I'm sorry that you don't have the technology to observe the broadcast that you're participating in right now.
You know, I just never... I'm kind of Amish, you know, leftover German
No,
trash.
I respect that. I really do. It's just that, you know, right now you're on TV, and I thought you'd want to know that. I would have talked to her.
But I should have thought. But then again, I was only 25 back then, and I had very little experience to actually grab people. And then I didn't want the interview to croak, and I didn't think she would talk about me. And then they talked about me, and everyone thought it was funny, but you know, it got me fired.
Well, I don't know why. I don't know why it had to result in your termination. That seems ridiculous, but I know that.
Like I wore art black, and it looked almost real. Like I was avant-garde, you know, 1970, you know, like type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't.
But I don't know. That was, you know, it was the period we were working in.
I can't vouch for the way that the rules were run back in that institution. I run a different kind of ship now.
Okay.
I don't dismiss people for that kind of activity anymore. That's important. Yes, I understand.
Well, Mr. Jim, I'm sorry to get EDP on your radio.
but wait, your appearance has only begun. I need you to.
EDP, like. But wait. You know, they're opening. I don't know. There's nothing around here. So
tell me more about the German passport.
Oh, that was like all this fucking strange voodoo, man. It was just like,
How did it begin?
I found a German passport, and then I threw it in a mailbox, and the guy wrote me back, and he got me a German passport. It was just like, I got a German passport.
Where did you find it?
I found a German passport, and I threw it in the mailbox.
But where did you find it?
He wrote me a letter saying I should get a German passport.
But where did you find the passport in the first place?
I found it in the street. Just in the street. But I didn't even know I was German. So all these people show up. Like, all these, like, it's really bad energy from, like, Holocaust, people who show up, and I also get people from Hollywood show up.
Really?
Like two enemies. My grandfather was a really bad dirtbag. He wasn't a Holocaust type criminal. He was like a regular criminal, and then he was with organized crime.
Really?
The Germans didn't like him. He was like a criminal.
I would think the Germans would like that.
No, they actually didn't like him. And they, in Europe, they hold grudges for hundreds of years.
I know, me too. I have that same problem. It's been 1,000 years I've been holding this grudge. I'm not kidding. But I can't let it go. It's too important.
I know what you're saying.
No, the universe was at stake. It wasn't my fault.
Like where I live is like all organized crime.
Yeah.
Like he came into the port. He was a crime immigrant. So they come into the port, and then like anyone who was a criminal would be hired by organized crime. So this house I live in is really bad too, because what happened was there was an Irishman living in the house. And then what happened was the whole area, I'm not trying to be rude, but it was owned by Jewish, and they threw this guy out of the house. And they brought us in because we were like supposed to be high-class Germans.
Oh.
And I still got this kid's books, because they keep coming to the house.
Oh, you get the Jewish books?
Yeah, like they would like the kids' books. I have these kids' books. His name is Jackie Dunn. He used to live in this house. And this guy, a land developer, threw this guy out of the house. And they brought us in the house. Torture everybody in the neighborhood. Like my grandmother, these fucking people.
Wow.
And then anyways, years progressed. And then like my grandfather was like in organized crime. He was like all these fucking boozers, like weed all the time. Then my father didn't know he was organized. And then like I found out later he was organized crime, and I still live here.
Yeah, you're still there.
They were like these Germans back then. He owned an auto body shop with all these like Italian people. I don't know what the hell I used to do. It was just like annoying people. He used to always like hang around. He was a German dirtbag.
Why is he a dirtbag?
Well, he was from Hamburg. They were like.
So doesn't that make him if he's from Hamburg, doesn't that make him a handbag? That's not a dirtbag. That's a handbag.
Was you ever heard of the You ever heard of the Hamburg hat? That's what.
No, those are the Homburg hats.
Right. That's what organized crime. We train.
And the Berliner is a donut.
The Hamburg hat is we train like out home. Like we train organized crime. We train organized crime how to do crime.
But
like I still know how to do the car. The car, like you drive in the car. Like
drive?
Yeah, organized crime. Like sometimes.
Like a chauffeur.
Yeah, like I ran away from the police. Like back in the 80s in my car, like a car, you like open the window and they blow somebody away.
If you're in a car, I don't think you're running away from the police and you're driving.
No, we used to back up and then they used to like shoot people all the time.
How many people did you shoot?
I never shot anybody. My grandfather, this guy came to the auto body shop and he shot him with a 6-shooter, like an old West 6-shooter. And the guy died, and then they got rid of the body, and then they keep showing up, and then like people, like bodies keep showing up all the time.
All the time?
Yeah, like for example, this guy up the block from my house, like killed this kid. Like they're always like dead bodies. Like I don't know. It's like I found that like in Germany when you're crime, you're not you just shoot the guy and that's it.
But what about the body?
But in New York City crime, it's the guy has something to do with the police. But that's him. Well, my Hollywood side of the film, I talk about that. It's like, but he's fucking dead. He's all right. But I got a German passport.
Yeah, you said. So are you really a German citizen now?
Yeah, I got it in the mail after my father died. The Germans gave me a passport.
But that's good. Germany's got a lot of money. Maybe that makes you rich.
Not really. You gotta go. That place is like fucking annoying. You gotta go there. If you don't have any really, you can go to the theater over there, but you have to speak perfect German. Like I don't really speak perfect German.
You could practice though.
No, I was talking about when I went to California. So my grandfather was in the Union.
Yeah.
And then he was in they call it the old Union. The old Union. Like
the old
Union. And then I said, my grandfather's union, but I'm a no talent nobody, and they let me go. I'm talking about you. You might be a talent somebody, unless you
Well,
have chops.
I'm definitely a nobody.
Are you talking about yourself? I'm not talking about you, Jim.
Nope, but it's good to be
Did you get my
nobody.
idea with the union?
Have you ever realized how much better it is to be nobody than to be somebody?
But did you get the idea of the union? Is that, like, your ancestors were from Hollywood. Like, my grandfather was from old Hollywood, like, from silent movies and the States.
And
so I say, I'm like, oh, he's in the union, but I myself am in the unless you have chops. You know, chops.
yeah, chops are good with steak sauce.
You don't get it. You don't get the story.
The point is that I couldn't get into the union. It was too much work.
Are you ruining my story? You got the story though?
I've got the whole thing recorded.
No, but the 1920s, the old you. They call it the old you.
Back then. Back in the good old days.
Union, like vaudeville, burlesque.
Yeah. Burlesque.
They had these headshots.
Really?
David Belafonte had a fake name. We never even really knew his real name. His name was David Belafonte.
David Belafonte. And was he in burlesque?
I think burlesque and the theater. He was in a troupe, and we never really got his name. We didn't even know what ethnicity he was or anything.
Wow.
He just quit the theater and married my grandmother.
Yeah, why? I don't think he should have done that.
House all day, and then one day he died of a brain hemorrhage.
I hate it when that happens.
But he was from the old union, the old union.
The old union.
And the theater left town. In other words, they came to town one day and they left. Ridgewood was a stop on the theater's tour. And then they said, you're never allowed in the theater again. And they never let him have a job again.
You're never allowed in the theater again. That's like the scariest thing anyone could say to me. That's the worst curse I can think of. But it scares me.
Are you there?
I'm scared.